What's going on, everybody? My name is Evan. In today's video, we're going to break down the exact trade that I took that made me 55% on the day, right? I got my coffee here today. Absolutely disgusting today. 55%. We're going to break it down from the top down. On the chart, we got QQQ pulled up on the hourly, and we're just going to break this down for you guys. So we're going to zoom in right here on the hourly. We were at a critical level today, right? Critical level being this 386 support area. Now I drew this out as a zone. Obviously, as you can see, this box right here, I drew this out as a zone, supply zone from the previous day or two right here, right? I was looking for downside momentum to break us through this zone here at the bottom. And if we didn't break through this zone, I was looking for a bounce. I was more so obviously looking for us to break through to the bottom, to the downside, because momentum was so high to the downside, with a target here of, if I can zoom back in, with a target here of, first one 384.5, and I know this says 384.6, and then second target would have been 384, right? And obviously you can see we made it all the way down to 383, actually 382.92. So that's disgusting. So we're gonna hop right into the 1 minute time frame now. Obviously, as you can see, momentum was down going into the pre-market, looking absolutely beautiful to break this. As you guys know, I don't take trades right off the bat, except for my previous video. Obviously, I took that trade pretty early on in the day. Normally, I don't take trades very early on in the day, and so as you can see right here, we will zoom in. We were right in that zone. That's what this is right here. This box right here that my mouse is in. We were right in that zone right when we opened up. Now I was looking for downside, right? As soon as the market opened, we got to push down, and just like I said, I don't take those trades. And you know why? Because this is what happens. 9 times out of 10, the market will just push straight back up after it has a nice little push down, right? Those opening day trades are very risky to take, right? So I didn't take that. Obviously, as you can see here, we ended up pushing up, right? Getting rejected right around this 45-day EMA. Now, this 45-day EMA is going to be key in this trade, and is exactly what kept me in. That paired with the stochastics chart. So obviously, as we can see here, we pushed up, got rejected right below that 45-day EMA. We ended up pushing back down, and so now I'm looking for an entry. After we get this kill candle down, I enter on this candle as we start to break below this previous low. Obviously, as you can see on the chart, that wasn't a very good entry, was it? Right? We entered here, and I entered in light. Now, one reason I entered in light was because we were at that critical zone. We were at that support area / supply zone for the past couple days. This is going to be more than likely very choppy unless we break through it right away, right? We could break through it right away. We could bounce at it, or we could do exactly what we did today, and that was basically trend sideways until we found direction to the downside. So we can see I entered here, one contract here. We ended up pushing right back up. My stop loss was a break above the 45-day EMA and above the previous high of day. So that would have been around, 386.50, 386.45, around that area was where I would have stopped out on this trade. Now, I gave it a little bit more room, and that was because we were at that critical zone. So I wanted it to be able to move up and down. I didn't want to get in and stop out, and get in and stop out. Because obviously, with this price action, you could see if I would have done that and just kept my stop loss very short, very tight, I would have gotten stopped out a million times today, right? And it would have been a freaking waste. So we ended up pushing back up, getting rejected slightly below this 45-day EMA, and below the previous high of day right here. We push on down. We have another support in this area. So this is the other box right here, right? We had one support here, one support here, one support here, one support here, and one support here. This zone is what now I'm trying to break through, because we've already broken down below the 386 zone. Now I'm looking to break below that because price has now formed the support slightly below it. So you can see, obviously, price began to push down below that. We didn't make very much progress to the downside. We just kept finding support in that area. So I didn't add to my position until we got this nice candle here. I added to my position, and very unfortunately, we ended up pushing straight back up. Now, I was in kind of a weird situation here, right? I was in a situation where I could either cut losses right away and assume that the market is going to keep going down. Oh, sorry, my dog is wanting to play right now. But so I could either cut losses right here and assume that the market is going to basically make a reversal, or I could stick to my original plan, staying below the 45-day EMA and look for more downside. So what we did was we ended up continuously trending sideways, right? We got rejected here at the 45-day EMA. That's that yellow line right there. We made one more support in this area before pushing back up. We pushed back up into this 45-day EMA. We broke above it slightly, and you guys couldn't see this real time, right? But we had this push above, and then we had this quick pop up and quick reject. That's how quick that went. Quick wick, straight back down, right? So I did like that price action. I wanted to close above the 45-day EMA and a little bit of a move closer to the previous high a day to get fully out of my position. We never got that. Beautiful, right? We ended up wicking out right here and just pushing straight back down. And obviously we had some consolidation on the way down, but eventually price came back down to this previous support area and we ended up breaking through it. So from this initial entry right here, if you guys know, the red arrows are my entries and the purple arrows are my exits. So you can see here my initial entry here, second entry here, and then we had my exit right here on this purple arrow right here. So from the initial entry to my exit, it is a total of 55% return on this. It's absolutely disgusting. Obviously, you can see price kept moving on down. These contracts went from my initial entry price of 93 cents to right now they're sitting at $2.13. Disgusting. No words. No words. I could have held for longer. Cool, whatever. 55% enough is good for me, right? So you can see obviously price ended up pushing down into here. I sold into momentum on this play. Once we finally started moving downwards and finally getting more momentum down, I was like, finally, we're getting this move down. I'm getting out of this position because I don't want to get caught in a quick move back to the upside. So that was that basically total trade. What kept me in on this one was the 45-day EMA, price respecting the 45-day EMA, except for this one blip right here. And then the other part of it was the stochastics chart. Stochastics chart tells the momentum of the market, and it was showing that momentum was completely down for the day. So I kept keeping that in mind, and unless we made a full reversal, breaking above and holding above and pushing above this 45-day EMA, I was going to stay in my position with my thesis to the downside to be in the back of my mind at all times. So obviously you guys can see, beautiful trade today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. A little bit of a riskier trade, not something that I would always take, right? I had some risk on the table here. I was down a decent amount right here. I'm not exactly sure how much, but I was down a decent amount right here, but we ended up recovering it all and then some all the way back to the downside. So beautiful, beautiful end result. I'm not going to say beautiful trade because it wasn't a beautiful trade. Obviously, you can see all this chop and all this consolidation. But beautiful end result, and hopefully you guys learned something from this video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below and like this video for more videos like this one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.